I want to say when I first saw that Medea and Code Pink put out a call for a Gaza Freedom March, I didn't really know what to make of it or how many people would actually come on it. As usual with Code Pink, they're out in front and they take risks. And we've seen an amazing outpouring of people who want to go on the Gaza Freedom March. As Medea mentioned, 42 countries, 1,300 people, and scores, if not hundreds, probably thousands more, would be willing to go if they could get the logistics in place, if they could afford it, and if they could figure it out. And I asked myself, what's going on here? And I think we have to recognize that the importance of the Gaza Freedom March as a way of drawing attention to the blockade is crucial, but what's really changed here is the world's understanding of what's now happening in the occupied territories, in the West Bank, in Gaza, and in East Jerusalem. I think that you're seeing a dramatic shift in both world opinion, and opinion of people on the streets, an opinion in the United States, an opinion in the Jewish community in the United States. And when I look at my own example, it's exactly that. For a long time, I understood what was happening in the occupied territories, but I was essentially an armchair activist about it. And this time, once Operation Cast Lead happened, and while it was going on, the assault on Gaza, and once the Goldstone report came out, I have to say, I think that in the life of human rights in the occupied territories, there's before Operation Cast Lead and before the Goldstone report, and then there's after Operation Cast Lead and after the Goldstone report. And I think that divide is gigantic. I think it's a recognition that Israel can no longer hide under the idea that it somehow is exceptional, that it can create and engage in gross violations of internationally recognized human rights and do so with impunity. It can't continue to impose collective punishment on the people of Gaza. It can't deliberately attack civilians. It can't deliberately attack civilian objects, whether it's the flour mill in Gaza or the Palestinian Legislative Assembly. I think what we see now is a major shift going on both in the United States and around the world. And I say it really, in many ways, I say it part as a human rights lawyer, part as an American whose tax money is supporting $3 billion a year or more, supporting Israel and its weaponry, and part as a Jew. And as a Jewish person, I refuse, and have refused for a long time, but I actively refuse to have Israel speak in my name. What Israel did in Gaza, what it has done in the West Bank, what it's doing in East Jerusalem, are violations of the most fundamental tenets of international law that they ought to abide by. And I think the Goldstone report really, really verifies it. And what we're going to, we're going really, and my children said to me this year, they said, we're tired, they're 19 and 21, we're not taking vacations anymore with you. And the only way we'll do something with you if you get yourself politically active on this issue. What's going on here is an outrage. And I said to them, yes, and Code Pink was there, and yes, we're going to do that. So as I wrote in a piece recently, I said I'm going to Gaza with Code Pink because truth, and we all know the truth of what happened in Gaza, truth needs a push. It's straightforward. I want to break the blockade. I want to see for myself the damage caused by the weapons bought with my tax dollars, and I want it understood that Israel does not kill in my name. I want to follow words with action, and that's why we and my family are going to Gaza.